Being a part of the PvP community inside of Destiny has been some of the most difficult things over the course of the last few seasons, even the last few years. There has been a lot of things that the PvP community have wanted when it comes to just extra maps, sandbox changes more on a consistent basis, skill-based matchmaking removed from the game when it comes to certain game modes. There's a myriad of different things, and how do you balance all of that stuff? You got new players that are coming into the game with Destiny having the free-to-play model of it. You had it in Game Pass over the course of the last year before it got removed. So there's a myriad of different ways to play Destiny, and the PvP funnel is a good part of that game. A good 20 to 30% of the community on a day-to-day basis is always playing PvP. So why is PvP the subject of this video? Well, shout out to the homeboy GameSagers. He had a tweet that he put up on Twitter basically going over his frustrations about team balancing inside of the Crucible. And I definitely want to go over this because this is something that a lot of people have been wondering and a lot of people have been complaining about over the course of the last few years. And not only is his things being heard, we also got the community manager DMG coming out to talk about that as well. So let's get into the conversation and see exactly what these two people had to say. But first, it's your boy Game Forte. I really appreciate everybody coming to check out this video. If you like videos like this, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Truly helps out the channel a lot, gets as many people into the funnel. So let's start with GameSager's tweet. I am willing to bet literally anything that arena shooters are dead, and the implementation of skill-based matchmaking 2.0 is identically correlated. Arena shooters aren't bad, the games themselves are great and were the most popular for decades. It's the matchmaking changes that have killed them. And he puts up a screenshot from a game he played, 50 to 82, and also everybody knows that plays in the Crucible that you will get games like this where literally everybody on the opposing team has either a even or way stupid positive KD, and everybody in your team, with the exception of maybe you, has a negative KD. And this is just a sight that I have seen way so much, and there's been a lot of other people in the community that has seen it way so much, where it just seems like if you're the strongest person in the party, the game just picks and puts you with the weaker people, and that just seems to be the way it goes. But he also continues by saying this: how do these two sentences fit in the same timeline? This matchmaking is the best for player retention. Arena shooters are at their lowest population in decades. And this sparked basically a conversation where DMG04 came in to basically clear up some of the confusion that a lot of people might be thinking in the background about what's going on with skill-based matchmaking inside of Destiny 2. Now, we definitely going to go through all of them because there's a couple of different tweets here, so check them out. I'm going to also have this stuff linked down in the description. But he starts out by saying, hey, just to keep the record straight, we literally turned off skill-based matchmaking in a majority of Crucible playlists multiple years ago. This was thanks to feedback from high-skill players, and now we have more negative sentiments around matchmaking than ever before. He continues by saying this is not only coming from players in high-skill bands, but many in low-skill bands who are frequently matched against players way out of their punching weight. New players are thrown into the fray with little to no experience with the game systems. There is indeed valid feedback in team distribution here. Never feels great to have lobbies balanced in such a way where your entire team has a negative KD while yours is high. That said, without skill-based matchmaking, the system cannot perfectly allocate skill across teams. We're passing the feedback up to the team is looking at future opportunities for improvement. But I want to be clear here. We do not use skill-based matchmaking in the majority of Crucible playlists. We check this every season when players ask if it was turned back on, and it wasn't. So that is DMG coming out and basically just starting telling people like, hey, listen, we understand the frustration, but skill-based matchmaking is not turned on. And it just gives you an inkling of knowing exactly how relevant skill-based matchmaking is to the player experience. The fact that you can't allocate and make the experience like 100% perfect for anybody in this situation. You turn off skill-based matchmaking, you're gonna have a lot of people just playing completely out of their league and just having people getting stomped and people doing the stomping. But if you turn it on, you're gonna have like the sweatiest of the sweats right in the middle, and then you're gonna have the higher end playing with the sweatiers of the sweat, and it's just not a fun experience where everybody on the lower end of the bell curve has a pretty decent to moderate good experience. So literally by having it off, it gives the ability for you to have dynamic games. You are going to have those games where you're just going to get blown out by other people. But I also think it also has a factor when you have solo playlists into the game, you're also chopping off a lot of people that's going to be in these different playlists to be able to function on their own as an individual versus in a team format when it comes to the just regular Crucible experience. There's a lot of different things that really impact the skill-based matchmaking in the game, which they say is not there. But we also just got to remember having so many different hoppers. We have Rumble, we have Control, we have Clash. This week we got Team Scorch, and then we have Iron Banner going on this week. So all of those different things are different hoppers that people theoretically jump into, which takes them out of the core experience gameplay. That's just less people to play. And if you're playing in certain playlists, just be prepared to always be playing against the higher end sweaty people. So that's all I really have to say about this. It's just really cool to see that I'm actually coming out and talking about this. You know, DMG does not have any problems with coming out and basically just staking a claim on exactly what's going on with the systems when he can actually do that, and I really appreciate it. But definitely wish there was another way to just get a more balanced experience inside of the Crucible in general. But just be ready to be having yourself blown out or doing the blowout, because that's pretty much how Destiny's been for the latter part of the last couple of years. And until they come up with a better system or a better way of allocating the players inside of the pool, we're going to continue to keep seeing this. But thanks for watching this video, guys. Please check out the last video I put up. Bungie is hiring for a senior producer in the linear media market when it comes to just making stuff outside of the Destiny experience for games. They're doing it in movies and TVs. Please check that video out. Went up a couple of days ago, and I truly appreciate y'all. And y'all have a great rest of the week and enjoy the games that you're playing. Peace.